Every relationship that you have to every single individual is unique in of itself and different to the way other people have relationships to that same person you're thinking of. So you and your sibling can have a different type of relationship with the same parent, for example, or you and your friend can have a different relationship with a different um I was going to say overlapping friend, but that doesn't sound right. A different friend in common. There we go. And that feels very obvious for me to say out loud, but I had to say it out loud for some reason. It just came to mind. Anyway, let's get on with the intro. Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. If not, I hope your day gets better. Sometimes when I say the intro, I feel like I say this every time, though. I say sometimes, but it's more like every time. It's just transitioning from the intro into regular schmegular stuff. What was I even talking about in the beginning anyway? That was so random. Like, but it also it's true, but it feels like obvious. I don't know, sometimes I feel like the things that I point out are obvious, but maybe they're just obvious to other people because they're observations that they have already made before I made that same observation. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you listening to this have made that observation already. But like two people can grow up in the same house and have totally different experiences. But that's depicted a lot, especially well in like movies and things. I feel like I've seen it in animes. Cinderella, for example, her and her stepsisters don't get treated the same. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm just, I'm just articulating the realization out loud. And I feel silly for making the observation, but like, it's a valid observation, no? The problem with having these realizations on my own is I don't have anyone to validate me until like later on. So, yeah, I don't know. But I just be thinking a lot. I get a little too deep sometimes too. Like I can think myself into a hole. But yeah, I don't know. And I'm just doing this for funsies, but also there's part of me that wants to make Kaylin's Corner into like a show, like legitimate entertainment. Like I play Kaylin's Corner to, I don't know, feel a little better, have a laugh, have a giggle. Sometimes I'm silly enough to laugh at. Sometimes I just make you think about your life. Or some more, that's how I feel sometimes when I'm yapping on here. Like, I feel like I start asking questions that are not gonna, like, make you pick yourself apart, but maybe if someone who hasn't really given that much thought hears it and they start picking themselves apart. But that's not my responsibility, is it? I'm just yapping over here. I keep on clicking on the same on the same note. Oh, I just found a note from earlier this month. and it reads as follows. So I guess I had accidentally opened my calculator app instead of the notes app because I had this thought and I wanted to write it down. And so it says opens calculator app instead of notes app. Put her on the scale and see if it's her. The poster says 275, but she looks to be 280. 277. And that's all I have written down. So the premonition was like there's a missing poster somewhere, and then a woman who just happens to be walking by in the area looks like the person on the missing poster. And so someone who's just like, I don't know, lollygagging outside of their house is like, wait a minute, isn't that you? Throw her on the scale. And so there goes the line. Put her on the scale and see if it's her. The poster says 275, but she looks to be 280. And I don't know, that line felt a little silly. I mean, let me not fucking over explain myself. I'm gonna ruin it. But I feel like you could go on a little bit with that. Joke. That was just the only thing I thought of. It was like the first thing. I look so sleepy. I look so tired. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. And I look so tired. But I slept. Maybe I didn't sleep as much as I should have, but I slept. Let's see how much sleep my watch says I got. My sleep score last night was a 93. These bags are not Gucci, but god damn. I slept for 8 hours and 16 minutes. Actual sleep time was 7 hours and 15 minutes, which means that I was awake for a total of 26 minutes in between sleep cycles. Interesting. I fell asleep at 11:04 and I woke up at 7:20. Damn. And which I feel like is still a little early to me, like waking up. But there are people who start their days at 5 in the morning, and to me, it's just like, why did the sun really start rising? Cause goodness, I remember, and oh my god, I remember I had a psychology teacher who she wakes up at the crack of dawn, like literally, like the sunlight is her light. Excuse me. Light bulbs don't get much use in her house. Like she gets up and she goes on a run with her dog, I think. And then she teaches her class. And her class, when I took it, was a morning class because for me, in my mind, it's like, yeah, I could start my day a little later and take later classes, but I'd rather just. Oh my goodness, the. Excuse me. I'd rather take my classes all in the morning and get them out of the way. Spend the afternoon in the library if I have to focus on my homework assignments or like the lessons at hand if I needed to, but get them out of the way early, because like I don't know. And also at that point, like I just feel like I was just so used to having an earlier routine. Like why stop now? Even though, excuse me, I do think of myself to be a little bit more of a night owl. Like oop, maybe not. Or maybe that was I don't know. Anyway. I feel like my best ideas happen at night. I wonder what time that note was from actually, because that was very silly. Does it give me that information? Man, I don't think I can see that information. But I was trying to get somewhere. I was saying something. Oh, I was so used to having that morning routine that I figured, why stop now? Just keep on going. Even though I do feel like I'm a bit of a night owl and I could, like, a shift in my sleep schedule and things, like, it wouldn't hurt, it wouldn't kill nobody. but it wouldn't be. Well, I don't know. I guess you don't know until you try, huh? But I don't know. It just didn't feel like it would be very ideal because I know I get used to those little changes real fast. But that don't mean it's good for me. I don't know. There's just part of me that wanted to keep the same kind of flow of the day. But now, I don't know. Having like a later start to my day doesn't seem so bad. But I'm knee deep in waking up at like 6, 7 in the morning. 6 in the morning regularly, but 7 on an off day or on a day that don't need to be up early. But there's all my free time anyway. Damn, it tells me the day, but it doesn't tell me the time. I wish it told me the time that I that I wrote this note, because that would be so funny. Save as file, duplicate note, add to favorites, invite collaborators, add to shared note. No. Wait, generate cover. I want to see. Someone's weight is measured to be 277 is the cover. That's so funny. Wait, it moved it up. Whoa, did it make? Oh, okay. Weight check. That's the name of the skit. Weight check. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. It says she's 275, but she looks to be 280. Can you really tell how much someone weighs by looking at them? I don't feel like you can. Like, you can guesstimate, sure. I don't know. But, I mean, I don't know. I say this, but I'm also the same person who can guesstimate how many jelly beans are in a jar accurately. I remember in elementary school, I think I was in like the second grade or something. The class was able to guess how many jelly beans were in a jar, and I got the closest guess. I don't remember if it was exact or just off by a couple. And I got a prize. I don't remember if it was like the jar of jelly beans or like something else. It clearly wasn't that memorable, but maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. At this point, I don't know. If anyone has anything to say otherwise, please let me know. If you were there, if you know, you know. But I like, why would I? Ew. Why would I lie? The imagination goes crazy though, so you never really know. If you don't know, now you know. But I mean, I don't know proportions. I mean, I guess if you get down to it, if you're really that good, you can do it. But is it like really valid? Because if the person goes missing for a long time, they could either gain or lose a lot of weight, and weight changes the look of a person. So, like, how valid? I guess you would have to put the date that they went missing around, so that way, if necessary, people can, because sorry, this is kind of going back to I don't know if I want to call it a skit or what the fuck I want to call it, but the little thing that I wrote in my notes that I read aloud not too long ago, or earlier, I should say. That sounds better. The thing that I wrote in my notes that I read aloud earlier. What the fuck? Where was I going with this? Ah! Don't mind me, just having a series of silly goose moments at the moment. What the fuck? Train of thought lost. She has left the station and I missed her. Gotta wait for her to do a wraparound. Gonna do a wraparound. Um, damn it. What the fuck was I trying to say? I hate when this happens. Hate is a strong word, but I'm gonna use it in this instance. I sound like one of those kids. Actually, that is incorrect. And you know what? I am one of those kids, low key. I fact check myself. Like, what do you mean you're surprised? Actually, that's incorrect. Actually, Google says this. Like, hello. It's like you don't know me. The fuck? You call yourself a listener? Get real. Or if you knew, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Gosh darn it. What was I trying to say? Oh, like how this all circles back to the skit. You'd have to put the date that they went missing on because the weight can fluctuate and it can really add to the change of a person's look, their face. I heard that when you start to lose weight, it shows in your face first more, and then like the rest of your body follows. I wonder if it's like head down or like what, or if it depends on the body, or if it's like I don't know, like certain section by certain section. Hmm. 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 I don't know. Muscle science. Is that a thing? Is that what it's called? I feel like I feel like I watched a TikTok about something similar recently. Cuz you know how people go to school to learn about like your muscles and getting fit and living a healthy lifestyle and fitness and stuff. Well, damn it. The incomplete thoughts go crazy right now. They go crazy right now. I'm starting to get a little sleepy over here. Sound effects go crazy too. But yeah, I wonder if they would be the person to ask this question to. Like when a person starts to lose weight, like where does it start? Does it all just kind of like melt away evenly, or like does it depend on where the body that is distributed, or like how does that work? I feel like I might have seen a TikTok about it, but I watched a lot of TikToks in my day. And what the fuck happened to my lip? What the fuck? Did I touch a cat or something? God damn it. These allergies are killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, I love me a little kitty cat. Give me a break. Hit me, baby, one more time. Gosh darn it. What did I get for. But that was. What could it have been? I don't even think the cat is in here. Man, I'm just yapping. 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 Yapping is one of the things that I do. Are you a yapper too? Because I feel like great minds think alike, and if you're listening to this, then we might be on the same wavelength. I don't know. Like it only feels right. It only feels right. Should I read something off of the Reddit? I'm asking like there's someone here to respond to me. Yes, I'm going to read something off of the Reddit. They would stop showing me pictures and videos. Oh my. I didn't realize that there were differences in well, like I knew that there were differences in outlets, You know, where you plug your electronics into the wall so they can power on and things. I didn't realize how many different ones there were. How many different options. There's 3, 6, 9, 12 in this picture here. Damn. But Canada, US, and Mexico all use the same one. So that's cool. North America. Well, actually, yeah, no. North America. Oh, okay. So I read the first line in this post, but I want to finish reading the whole thing. But I want to do it aloud, so I'm gonna read it, and then we'll see where it goes from there. In 1965, a morbidly obese man did not eat food for over an entire year. The 27-year-old was 456 pounds and wanted to do an experimental fast. He ingested only multivitamins and potassium tablets for 382 days and defecated once every 40 to 50 days. He ended up losing 275 pounds. Holy cow. That's crazy. And this is under our interesting ass book. And I have to agree, that is very fucking interesting. Holy shit. He only ate vitamins. But like, what was he doing on his day to day during this experiment? Did he keep a diary? They should have made him keep a diary. Because that would be so fucking cool to read. And like, if they had notes in between, they could make that into a series of books and they could continue to make money off of him if they really wanted to. Business idea. But I wonder what ended up happening to him after. Oh, okay. Sorry, gonna start reading the comments now. His name is Angus Barberry. He lived mainly on tea, coffee, sparkling water, and vitamins while living at home in Tayport, Scotland, and frequently visiting Maryfield Hospital for medical evaluation. Despite this man weighing an enormous 207 kilograms, the staff at the hospital advised deeply against total starvation, for rather obvious reasons. But the man persisted, saying he was going to starve himself anyway, and that they may as well monitor his health along the way. Oh, so he did that on his own accord. I wonder if he kept a diary. I wonder what happened to him. Someone responded to that and saying, what's more crazy is he was able to hold himself from eating solid foods for an entire year. Truly. Found this from an article. The doctor's report on the case noted that there have been several well-documented examples of people dying when attempting to starve themselves to lose weight. For example, 2 people died from heart failure, 1 died from small bowel obstruction, and 2 died during the refeeding period after they finished fasting. He became a really skinny man. Whoa. So did he do it successfully, would you say? If he was able to live that long while starving himself? And what was it like for him after starving himself? Like, did he start with small meals? Because surely your stomach would be freaking out eating solid foods after a year. Was it? Like, over a year, even. You get used to things after a while. Your body gets used to things after a while. That's why it's good to change up your environment. Giving advice that I need to take myself is what I do. Anyway, but I find this so interesting. I'm going to keep on reading. Well, I'm going to keep reading the comments anyway. Going through the comments and reading them. Well, they also cited the Wikipedia thing. The Wikipedia page when they... the last comment that I read anyway. I will link this post in the caption. I was gonna say in the comments. Not in the comments. Oh wow. He didn't die until 1990. Wait. And he hold on, when did he 1965. He didn't eat for a whole year. So and he didn't die until 1990. Wait. He died before I was born, but back to his Wikipedia page. He lost 276 pounds and set a record for the length of a fast. That is crazy. I wonder if he thought he'd ever have a Wikipedia page. So, the fast isn't that long. I'll just read the whole thing aloud. In 1965, Barberry, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm just going to get this out of the way. So, I'm going to read it as Barberry and take it or leave it. I don't know. In 1965, Barberry, a 27-year-old from Tayport, Scotland, checked into the Maryfield Hospital in Dundee. Initially, only a short fast was planned, due to the doctors believing that short fasts were preferable to longer ones. Barberry insisted on continuing because he adapted so well and was eager to reach his ideal weight. For 382 days, ending on 30th of June 1966, he consumed only vitamins, electrolytes, and unspecified amounts of yeast, a source of all essential amino acids, and zero-calorie beverages, such as tea, coffee, and sparkling water, although he occasionally consumed small amounts of milk and or sugar with the beverages, especially during the final weeks of the fast. 382 days is crazy. That's it. Wait, I didn't finish reading. Sorry. Hold on. He quit working at his father's fish and chip shop, which closed down during the fast. Barberry's starting weight was recorded at 456 pounds, or 207 kilograms. And he stopped fasting when he reached his goal weight of 182 pounds. 180 pounds, 82 kilograms. La, 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 la. That's crazy. June 30th, 1966. And he lived until 1990. So good for him for being able to do all that. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, and he was able to keep the weight off too. Good for him. Follow up reads Barberry was able to maintain a healthy weight. 5 years after the fast, he weighed 196 pounds, 89 kilograms. After his weight loss, he moved to Warwick and had 2 sons. Barberry died in September 1990. He didn't live to be that old, I would say, because he died age 50 or 50 to 51. What do you pick a number, babes? Like, when's his birthday? Or does it not say? Was it that long? He was born, it says born 1939, Scotland, but it doesn't say his birthday. So, damn. We know of him, but that's it. And we know when he died. So does his tombstone, or maybe he doesn't have one. Maybe he was cremated. Interesting. Like, these are the little silly little rabbit holes that I go down. Angus Barberry. I don't feel like I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. It only shows the before picture, it doesn't show like an after. So it's like, damn. I can only. You know what? That is so funny because wasn't I just talking about how, like, if you can imagine, like, you can look at someone and see how much they weigh, like, guess how much they weigh. And I was talking about the jelly bean thing from elementary school. Isn't that crazy? Are they listening to me? Are they listening to me? Or, like, was this full circle moment just very ironic? What is going on here? Y'all heard that, right? Because, like, that full circle moment goes crazy. That full circle moment goes crazy. Does that mean I have to end the episode here? Because I'm only a half an hour in, and I don't feel like that was very long. Especially after all the edits that are probably going to be made after. That's crazy. How did I have a full circle moment already? I usually have full circle moments at the end of my podcast. Like, something will tie in. I'm not sure if I ever explained how it kind of ties in. So, well, I feel like I did a little bit, but I also skipped over a lot of things because I was thinking earlier, I was saying earlier how I was able to guesstimate how many jelly beans were in a jar accurately, but I don't feel like I can guesstimate how much a person weighs by looking at them. And after reading about Sir, what is his name? Angus Barberry. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. It's showing a before picture of him from when he was very overweight, when he was obese, but it doesn't show an after picture, so we don't know. Like it says that he was able to reach his goal weight of 180 pounds, but we never get to see it. We as the readers. So it's a little bit frustrating. So now I'm trying to imagine him in I'm trying to imagine him 275 pounds lighter, but I can't do it. And I don't think I ever will. Hmm. It's okay though. I mean, like, it's not the end of the world, but like, I just thought it was silly how it kind of ties in with what I was talking about earlier with jelly beans. Being able to guess that. But I don't think I would be able to guess someone's weight by looking at them. I feel like I mentioned that earlier. Maybe that was just something I said in my head and didn't say aloud. But either way, I'm making it known now that it's like a full circle moment to me, at the very least. If not you as the listener. Because sometimes I think that I say things aloud and I don't. Sometimes I think I respond to texts and I don't. And I'm sorry to my friends because I do that sometimes. Or like I'll see the notification and I mentally respond, my thumbs are not moving. They're not typing the words that they should be. But it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. I don't actually know the lyrics to any songs. I kind of just I sing them as I hear them and until I'm corrected in the future. Sometimes I be singing the wrong lyrics. Like I don't even do my research before a concert. That Steve Lacy concert that I went to last year, I was oh my god, the 1 year anniversary is gonna be coming up. Guys, my birthday's coming up too. It is May. It is officially my birth month. And I'm turning 24. What's cool about being a 2000s baby is that your age goes up as the year does. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say coincide, but like, not. It's not coincide, but something of the sort. Hopefully, you're picking up what I'm putting down. But yeah, so it's easy to keep up with my age because as the year changes, so does my age. But it's the same number at the end. But for other people, you have to do math. Ugh. What do you mean you were born in 1973? I don't know how old you are right now. I gotta do the math for that. You're old enough, but like, if I wanted to figure out how old you were, if I wanted to be nosy, I have to do math, and I don't want to. But it's okay. It's fine. I just silly. So in 1965, how long ago was that? 35 plus 24, 59 years ago. He did this. He died in 1990, which was 34 years ago. But it was September, so more like 33 at the moment. Damn, that's not even what I came on Reddit for. And I had my full circle moment already. Alright, damn. Damn! Yeah, that is very... Some people. But it's also like... You saw them pull over and stop. You should have stopped. But good thing you had a dash cam, I guess. Note to self, get dash cam. I don't know, but I just feel like better safe than sorry. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Because this title got me. This title got me. Damn! 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 Bitch! It's long as fuck. Am I about to read the whole thing though? Yeah, fuck it. This is under our best of Redditor updates. My husband's 36M affair daughter, 5F, was dropped off at our house 2 weeks ago and it's causing issues in our marriage. Is there any way to salvage this? Whoa. Whoa. I am not Oop. Oop is originally posted to our relationship advice. My husband's 36M affair daughter, 5F, was dropped off at our house 2 weeks ago and it's causing issues in our marriage. Is there any way to salvage this? Trigger warning: pregnancy complications, death of a loved one, emotional affair, manipulation, infidelity, neglect, misogyny. Damn! Original post was March 18th, 2024. My 34F life is falling apart and it's all thanks to my husband. We had a perfect life. Both of us worked in our jobs, in the jobs we loved, and we have a beautiful daughter, 10F, and a healthy son, 5M. When I was pregnant with our son, we both almost died due to complications. My goodness. So before the birth, and even afterwards, I didn't want to have sex. Why would I? I almost died and my body was in pain for months afterwards, even with strong medication. I thought my husband understood because he never pushed me for sex or even asked. I thought it was because he understood my pain, but apparently he was getting it from somewhere else. Ah, ain't no but the audacity. A few months ago, we were visited by Child Protective Services. I was terrified at first, frantically thinking of what we did wrong with our children to cause a visit. But no, as it turns out, some woman I've never met before died in a car accident leaving behind a daughter. And my husband's name was on the girl's birth certificate, and he was named in the woman's will as the father. Oh my goodness. I thought it was a mistake at first, until my husband told me the truth. As it turns out, while I was suffering my pregnancy and the after effects of almost dying, my husband would go to a woman he knew at work and get it off with her. He said this as if he did me a favor. Oh my God. Well, as the CPS worker explained to us, my husband is her closest living relative that can care for her. The woman's family apparently wanted nothing to do with the poor little girl. When she asked us if we wanted to take her in, I said yes. Yes, I know this might be true. This might be the true cause of all my issues. But my husband pawned that poor girl off to live with her single mother for 5 years and doesn't get to pawn her away when she needs help. She's his responsibility and now is ours. Okay, sorry, let me finish reading this and then give my thoughts. I told him I'll help take care of the necessary visits for wellness checks and help with whatever CPS wants us to do. All he had to do was explain everything to our children. The fact I'm saying this tells you what he did. Yes, nothing. We had to clean out a room and buy new furniture, even looked for some toys. Our children go to a private school, so I picked up some more work hours in order to be able to afford her tuition. I was the one who had to tell our extended families the big change because he didn't want to do so. I almost did all the heavy lifting. Oh my God. So color me shocked when his daughter finally joins our family 2 weeks ago, and the first words out of our children's mouth was, "Who's that?" Yes, I was the one who had to tell our children's school, extended families, family doctors, and my workplace about my husband's affair and subsequent addition to our family. But he couldn't tell our children was being what? But he couldn't tell our children being he was too ashamed to face them. Boy, if you don't. So guess who was the one who had to explain that they have a sister now? As I'm trying to settle the poor girl into her new home and room. And shocker, our children didn't take the news well as it was happening right in front of them. My daughter was screaming while crying, causing my son and the little girl to cry. A situation that could have been avoided if my husband just did the one thing I asked him and explained everything to them much sooner. Points have been made. It's been 2 weeks of her living with us and the situation hasn't improved. My husband has not picked up the slack that comes with having a new addition to the family, so we're struggling right now to make ends meet. I feel embarrassed bringing all 3 children around for appointments and groceries because the little girl is very much obviously not mine, and I can tell people are judging our family. My daughter is much moodier and less happy and refuses to even acknowledge our newest addition to the family. Our son doesn't really understand what is going on, and it's causing him to even lash out. And it is causing even him to lash out. Excuse me. Jeez. And I don't even know how to help the poor little girl because I know that if I feel like my life is falling apart, she must feel even worse. She's so compassionate. I suggested family therapy, therapy for our children, even just marriage therapy so we can hopefully move past this and work together as a unit for all of the children. He's refusing everything, saying that he knows he'll be lectured by everyone when all he's doing is trying to help me. I just don't know how to fix this. Please help me. I don't want to divorce him because I just know that it'll make it worse for the kids. But that's the only option my family is telling me. Meanwhile, his family is begging me to make this work, to just look past it. Thank you. I hear you all loud and clear. We'll be looking into therapy for me and the children and hopefully a good divorce lawyer. But first, I need to get some answers because some of you are raising some good points. Relevant comments. OOP on if she was sure her husband wasn't cheating now. Ooh. Oh my god. That would make it even worse. I know this is pathetic to say, but I really did think he was amazing before all of this. When I gave birth to our daughter, he stepped up to the plate by caring for her and doing housework. He was an attentive father to both our children before all of this. I was able to tell him I need to take a break and he would just step in to take care of them and make sure I could relax. I don't know why he committed such an affair and then tried to excuse himself. And I don't know why he's decided to not take care ab- about our children as much as he used to be. I guess I just keep hoping if we all go to therapy and find the root of the issue, we can fix it and go back to how our relationship used to be. Now, reading all these comments that are sounding just like my family, I guess I was just being naive. Oof. OOP on leaving the child to her father, as the girl is not OOP's responsibility. OOP was told to leave her husband. OOP. I have to disagree with this comment. As much as I hate my husband's actions, I do not hate her enough to just abandon her in such a terrible time for her. I agreed to take her into our home, so she is indeed my responsibility as much as my husband's. And I didn't say this at first because I didn't know if it was important. But she and my son have gotten really close in such a short amount of time. I would feel heartbroken separating the two. Aw, that makes sense though because they are the same age, so I'm not really sorry. I was kind of like just reading the whole thing aloud because I was in such a rush that I didn't even distinguish that part of what I read was like an update. But sorry, gonna read another update. Or I guess it was just relevant comments. I think I might have read that aloud. But it read relevant comments and it was OOP on if she was sure her husband wasn't still cheating, and her feeling responsible for the child, even though it's not hers. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna continue. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize how long this post was when I clicked on it. I mean, I did, but I was like, it's not gonna take that long to read. Me, a girl who doesn't read often. Goodness. But I feel like it's worth the read. Just for me, maybe because I'm nosy. But also it's like interesting to see like how, cuz this is real life. Like we're assuming this. This is real life. Like yeah, people make things up, especially on Reddit, which like man. But like this is real life. Her husband had an affair. Like, I haven't even given any of my thoughts yet on this story. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm starting to fidget while I think and speak. And I'm sure that you can hear it in the background. I'm sorry if it's getting annoying. But, like, I haven't even given any of my thoughts on this post yet. Like, this is real life. Her husband went and cheated on her while she was recovering from a near death experience, giving birth to their second child. And so he's like, okay, well, I still need some fuck. So, and he goes and fucks his coworker. Men, I tell ya, they have one thing always, and it's the audacity. What the fuck? Be for real. Oh my god. I'm sorry. That shit, it gets me sometimes. But anyway, I kind of want to save all of my thoughts for the end because I can yap and there's still a lot to read. Like, I gotta scroll for a little bit to finish reading this. So, let's just continue. This update is from April 25th, 2024. I'm sorry, you all were right. It was a lie when all of you were pointing out how the kids' responses to the youngest arriving didn't make sense. It made me realize how correct that is. They came home to her room all made up, and I made passing comments to them, asking about how excited they were for youngest's arrival. They should have known about her. Yeah, they should have, and the dad should have explained that. But anyway, at this point, I decided to just ask my eldest daughter directly because she was still so upset about it, and I think subconsciously knew I wasn't going to get the truth from husband. Oh, well, I mean, I guess yeah, that would. Anyway, sorry. So I went to her room while she was lying in bed, and I asked her. I told her that I asked her father to explain to the two of them what was going to happen. They saw her new room, and I talked about her to them, so I don't understand my eldest's reaction. I think it's just the way that this is worded. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble reading this right now. I'm sure you can tell, but I'm. Ugh. Sorry. Anyway. So, yes, it turns out husband didn't tell them, and then me the truth. A surprise to no one, I'm figuring out. The story he told the kids was that the youngest was a daughter of one of our friends, and we felt so bad we had to take her in. Nothing about her being their half sister or him having a daughter with another woman. Oh my. Well, when she came home that day, the kids asked her who she was. The pictures we were able to share of the youngest, who had braids in. Sorry, my goodness. Sometimes I get lost in the lines when I'm reading. It's a problem. Anyway. Well, when she came home that day and the kids asked who she was, the pictures we were able to share of youngest, she had braids in and wore much different clothing than when she arrived. It was my response to them that it ruined his little lie. This is youngest names. Your half sister. Remember? Our son was too young to really get what it meant, but our daughter did. That's why she freaked out that day. Not because of the new addition to the family, but because what the new addition meant. Understandably so. I apologize for her. Huh? I apologize for her. Oh my god, I keep reading over the word. I apologize for causing her to freak out that day, for not sitting both her and her brother down for a real discussion over how they feel and to make sure their father did what he was supposed to do, and apologize for only talking to her now after she had a much deserved reaction to it all. My daughter accepted the apology, and I asked her if that was why she was distant from the youngest. She told me that's part of it, and because word got out at her school about what the newest addition to our family going to the school meant. So now she's getting teased and picked on for having a father who cheated. It broke my heart realizing just how badly I messed up. What do you mean? That's not. Okay. I wonder why she's taking the blame. By continuing to beg the spineless man they called a father to help them and then allowing myself to shut down, I was essentially allowing all the kids' needs to be ignored. I told daughter I'll sign her and her brother and sister up for therapy. Of course, the pathetic man tried to plead with me not to when I mentioned signing the kids up, but I told him to give it up already. All three children's lives have changed, and it will help them adjust with a professional to speak to. He's been grumbling and whining about it, but I don't care anymore. And this might cause many to be upset with me, but I'm in the process with my husband to have him transfer custody of the youngest to me. I've grown to care for her, and as some comments in my last post have pointed out, once I do divorce him and leave with our kids, I don't doubt he'll treat her awfully or neglect her. Mm-hmm. He's been right on board, and it took some convincing, but his parents finally agreed to be witnesses. I got all the paperwork set up and scheduled an appointment with an attorney to help with anything else. Once that happens, I'll try to get everything I need in order to have a smoother divorce and then subsequent move to be closer to my family. I feel like I have to add in some punctuation myself when I read. Or maybe my reading pace just isn't what it needs to be, but anyway, let's finish because I'm still not done yet. Thank you to everyone for giving me a good slap in the face and help me realize that the children and I deserve better. And I was being so gullible into thinking a man who cheats on his dying pregnant wife is deserving of any respect. Truly. Top comments. Pancake Wagon 26. You're doing a very noble thing taking care of this girl. She's not your responsibility, but you're taking it on anyway. You're an angel. I agree. Red's Ratch. You really are an amazing woman. This poor child lost her mom and you are stepping up when not many would. I can't imagine what you're going through, but with a mom like you, I feel confident that you'll steer you and your kids through this. That's so sweet. I don't know how to read the handle for this last user, but I'm just going to read the comment. Your kids are infinitely lucky to have you as a mom. I can't even imagine how your husband could have possibly gotten an angel/saint like you to marry him. After you've divorced him, I implore you to wait for an absolutely ripped veterinarian, fireman, musician, mechanic, just to ensure that they have half the chance of deserving your affection. Have a pleasant day. Do not comment in linked post or message. Oops. This is a repost sub. I am not. Ooh. Original OP. Anyway, that was the end of the post. Here are my thoughts. Shout out to her for stepping up and taking care of a child is that was not her responsibility to begin with. But that man, oh man, is that I don't even want to call him a man, but isn't that guy is a wow. Bro, I got so bad that I forgot the word that I even wanted to use to say to him anyway. Maybe I shouldn't even say it. But well, like, what a sack of shit. Hello? Hello? That's your whole kid. That bro, like oh my goodness. Oh my god. Sorry. It makes me upset. There's a whirlwind of emotions in my head right now. Like the audacity, you're the woman that you decided to marry and have kids with is carrying your child and could possibly die and is dying. And you said, I still want some fuck and go fuck someone else. Ah! My goodness. But she persevered, she survived. He was able to keep it a secret, and then the poor child's mom dies. But kudos to that woman for taking the child in and like, but him just like, ah, when will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Cause damn, I don't, there's a part of me that's like, he needs to he needs to step up, take care of his kids. Like his actions have consequences. He needs to do something. But also like, given that this is how he's acting now, like living with his family, I can't only imagine what that girl would go through if it was just him taking care of her. Like he already, like, what do you mean your friend's kid? What do you mean? That's your whole kid. It takes two to tango, my boy. The fuck? Ah, oh, that shit makes me so mad. How you gonna? You brought her here. You brought her here. You took part in that, sir. Actually, yeah. I mean, like, no, kudos to her for taking care of her. But I guess since she's living it, she like obviously her feelings are valid. What she's doing is great. I think she's handling the situation very well. I don't know if I would be able to be mature enough to do such things, but she is a wonderful role model. May everything work out in their favor, in her favor. But it seems like it is. Like, but like, what does that say about him? That says so much and nothing good, if you ask me. Like, I'm sure visitation with the kids is going to be slim if it's not mandatory. And if it is mandatory, it'll probably be neglectful and regretful. But I don't know. May he receive the clarity he needs because it sure sounds like he needs some. What the fuck is wrong with you? But is he gonna change? I don't know. Only time will tell. One can hope for the best, but just be prepared for the worst. But then it's like, ugh, brother, ugh, brother, ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as fired up as I was like reading it because spoiler alert, I had to stop reading the post like halfway through because I didn't have enough time. I had to like go to work. And so I'm finishing the post the next day and I have to like edit all this stuff together. Anyway, Um, Low key, like the memories of what I read yesterday was coming back to me when I was finishing up the post, but like I would have to read it top to bottom again in order to like truly conjure up the soup of emotions, and have a little bit more to yap about. But like the audacity, like truly, like I'm just so stuck on the audacity. And it's like he's stuck on stupid too. Like he can't believe what he did. Like he's in denial. Like my friend's kid, that's your whole daughter. You have 3 kids, my guy. Get it together. Step up. You're a 36-year-old man. But anyway, and his daughter, the older one, the 10-year-old, has every right to be upset with him. Because that's real sleazy for you to do. Real sleazy for you to do. And then lie about it. That's not my daughter. Like, he didn't even, like, my friend's kid. And we just felt so bad that we wanted to take her in. Be fucking for real. Like, hello? Whether the truth comes out soon after or not, you are still a liar. You will still be deemed as a liar. So remember that the next time you lie, whether it's a little white lie or not, you're still a liar. Like, unless you're lying to like hide a surprise party or something. But what are you lying for? The truth comes out eventually. But yeah, that was a long post. Thank you for listening to me yap. I would love to hear your thoughts. Kudos to that woman for being the mom that little girl needs, because she lost her first one. And her dad is a piece of shit. Anyway, I can only imagine how she feels. Like, that's so sad. And then, like, with this post being on the internet, Loki kind of like solidifies it. Like, that might be a little like rage inducing too, in maybe like 10 to 15 years or so. But if we make it that long, because the way the planet's looking right now, who knows how far out in the future we'll see. But, sorry, I did not mean to make it so negative, sad. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. I would love to hear your thoughts on this post and anything else that I might have yapped about during this episode. Um, yeah, I'll have all my socials linked down in the description below. I'm like saying in the description below, like I'm on YouTube in 2015. Like this. I don't know. I don't really. Sorry, started thinking to myself aloud a little bit, but that's what it's giving. I feel like I'm giving YouTube 2015. Hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and check out my socials in the links below. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.